I
We
came
need
back up here.
we need to understand that, because if she had dropped them, it would have been a whole other world war, and it would have been a whole other conversation. I need you guys to understand that. I need you guys to understand as to why she did not drop those indigenous women. She is a white woman at the end of the day. And y'all are only going to see her as a white woman, and it's going to look
Mhm.
like that she's silencing indigenous women. Therefore, she allowed them to speak, even though that they were disrespectful to her and gaslighting her. And they can come and fight me all they want. I do not care. I am a black woman. They can do that to me. However, that is why she kept them out of the box, because look how quick they were to gaslight her, because they felt like she was silencing them when she was not. And Nuggets have never said before that she was a white ally. When did she say that? They put
Never.
that on her. She
Jersey, you're in
never
queue.
said that.
Stop repeating it, please. You're in queue. I'll answer it in the order it was received. I promise.
She never said that whatsoever. So this is, at the end of the day, this is Nugget's lie, but I need y'all to understand as to why she didn't drop those indigenous women. I feel like you guys are putting a lot of pressure on Nuggets, and she's doing the best that she is. She's doing the best that she can, and she has Breezy, who is absolutely amazing. So we need to just try to be patient. I understand that this is a very stressful situation. This is gone in so many circles, but we need to just clarify some things, right? So, Nugs, my question to you is: did you know that Kay is a minor? Did you know that? Yes or no?
I knew she was young. I wasn't sure when her birthday was. I knew it was soon because I was in someone else's live and she said I turn 18 in like a few days. So I wasn't sure where she was on that spectrum. So no, I did not know she was a minor. But real quick, I want to address something real fast in the comments. Bree did not
Yeah.
make fun of her stutter. Bree has autism herself, and when she
Hmm.
gets excitable or worked up as well, or anxious, she also stutters a tiny bit. So fuck you for all you ableist people. For those of you who just joined, this live has been going for about 6 hours. Indigenous women and
Are you
men
serious?
in and out of the box. So you can quit. If
Damn,
you
I've
are
been in here for a fucking hour.
if you are in queue, your call will be answered in the order it was received. Please stop telling me that I'm muting people or silencing people because I'm doing none of the sort. Literally just sat here and got disrespected in my own live. So
Over and over.
And you
Over
guys
and over.
and you guys need to understand that she feels like she needs to take that disrespect, because if she disrespects them back and defends herself, oh, then it's silencing indigenous women. Oh, it's silencing a black woman. You guys need to understand that. And I don't know if they should feel like they should host a live. Then they need to go to their page and host a live. Who knows? Who
Jersey, I
knows?
got you. Jersey, you're in queue. I promise. I got you. I got you. I
Who?
got you. Michaela, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to say two things. Uh, Ray, I love you, right? I'm just addressing you as a friend. I always keep it real. We
Is this
have
something?
disagreements, but I'm just gonna keep it real. Right? You knew that Kay was a minor, right? Like, you've been alive long enough to know that Kay was a
I
minor.
knew Kay was a minor the same reason why Nuggets knew or might have thought she was a minor because I was in a live she was in and she said she'll becoming 18 in a few days or so. That's how I don't know her personally. That's why I
Okay.
said from the beginning in this live that she should not be in this box
Okay.
before she even said anything to me. But if you are in the box and you are speaking to a subject, then I'm going to address the subject you're speaking to.
Okay. All
Minor
right.
or no minor. She shouldn't have been in the box, in my opinion. I said that over and over in the comment, and no one, she was not removed. So I felt like they're fine with it.
Okay.
No, I apologize. I didn't see it. The comments were going way too
No,
fast.
no, no. 'Cause that's why I asked the question, right? Because I totally agree with you, Ray, that she should have not been in the box because she is a minor. That's why if I do these type of lives, I always ask for their age, and if they are a minor or even if it's a couple days, you just drop them. My biggest issue, Ray, is that she was doing how do I word this? My biggest issue is that you knew that she was just like a couple days to being an 18, and now it looks like you're bullying her because you kept cutting her off when she was trying to explain herself. And when she said that she has a stutter and she's just trying to put her point across, it makes you look like a bully because she is a minor and that is still a child, which is why people in the comments are coming at you. That's what I really wanted to tell you, which is why people were trying to say you need to step down, that and third. But Nugs was never going to do that because then people are going to be like, you're silencing Black voices. It's coming off that you're bullying a child. I agree that she is still a child. And Ray, look, I agree that she is a child and she never should have been in the box and a part of this conversation. Did she have valid points? Me personally, I think so. However, she is not an adult to have the conversation because she is a minor, and that makes a difference to how you respond to her and how she reacts to the comments. Therefore, that is why I do not agree that she should have been in the box, period. I'm just letting you know how it looks on your part because you are much older than her and how you were addressing her and you kept cutting her off, and then you kept saying, I'm done with this, I'm done with this, can you just drop her? That's not okay.
No, I said, can we just drop it? I said, can we just drop it?
That's not okay, Ray. That's not okay.
I said, listen, okay, I'm going to respond to this and then I'll be done with the conversation with Michaela. Michaela, the same way you gave me your opinion, I'll give you mine. If this minor puts herself in this box to have an adult conversation, then she needs to be able to handle it as an adult. I distinctly said, do not put this minor in the box, and my words were not heard and respected. Period, point blank. I did not hear her say she has a stutter, and I would not ever try to disrespect her due to her stutter. Let me clear that up.
Okay.
That's not what I was doing.
Okay. No, okay. I'm just gonna say this. I did not say she was specifically bullying her. I do not agree how Ray went. I don't
care, honestly. Respectfully.
I agree with the situation how Ray approached her because it just went left way too quick. I did not say that Ray was bullying. Wait. I did not say that Ray was bullying her. I said it comes off that way because Kay is a minor. I said it comes off like that. I did not say that she was. I said that I do not agree how this was handled. I'm saying that is how it's coming off because you are an adult. That's all.
And can I say, Michelle, I agree 1000% from the time I started talking when I questioned her statement about what Modern Warrior said. She became very defensive and she would not let me get a word in edgewise and calling it semantics. But I said that after Nuggets said, did Modern Warrior say that? Then I said he did not. And that's all I said. And then she directed her response to me only. And then I responded back to her.
All right. So
period, point blank. And honestly, let me be clear on something. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care about anybody's opinion of me. That does not make me lose sleep or get any extra sleep. I don't care. I really don't care. I had my live active for an entire day talking about this said subject. And I've been attacked. I've been called names. I've been called out my name and everything. Now, I will acknowledge this part. I would never want to make someone who has any communicational issues feel like I am invalidating their voice due to their stutter or communicational issues. So I apologize for that part. But I stand by everything I said in the tone I chose to respond in it. And I won't ever take that back because my tone is my voice and I choose to communicate that way when I want to. And no one will tone police me and tell me how to respond. Period, point blank.
Yes. And with that being said, we're gonna move on from this because I don't want to continue.
Thank you. Because I've been asking for that for 15 minutes.
I get it. I get it.
Okay.
I just want to say one more thing and then I'll step down. That's really the main points I just really wanted to say. My biggest issue with all of this, while we have this opinion, Lance is not in the box. And I am confused as to why he's not. Why not?
He can't get in the box. He was kicked out. He was in the box.
But wait, why was he kicked out?
Because somebody
reported him. Just like they reported Breezy. You've only been in here for a short time, so you have not been here to know what was going on.
That's why I was asking.
Everybody stop. Hard stop. Listen, if I get one more person in this live who is not black that tells this black woman that she is aggressive, lower her tone, or anything of the sort, if you microaggression, I don't give a fuck who you are, I am blocking you immediately. Anti-blackness is not okay. I don't give a shit if it's from white, Asian, Native, Indigenous, or however you identify. I'm identifying you as racist. Period. One more time, you're fucking gone.
Thank you.
And with that, I yield.
That's so funny. That's okay to tone police me.
We're moving on to this.
Black people tone police other black people too. Let's just put that out there.
No more.
I agree.
Nobody's doing that to me. Nobody's telling me how to speak. Never. Latoya, how you doing, sweetheart? Latoya.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep. I'm not eating popcorn. I just wanted everyone else to speak. I just think that this is extraordinarily wild, and I don't get it. Like talking about his video was quite clear. He didn't say the first part, that was his girlfriend, and the second part was what it was. I don't think that it was anything inflammatory or that he was trying to get clicks or likes or views. And I just think that a certain subset of people have been gunning for him since day one, since he said, "Hey, colonizer."
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And it's a bit much to come after him so hard for this. When, pardon?
You're done. Not you. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Latoya, because I feel like you have no idea what my day has been like just because I addressed this video.
Not a single person.
You gotta tell me.
Did you duet it or did you stitch it?
Addressed it in my live earlier, and me and Breezy was attacked in such a violent way. You can't even begin to understand what this has been like as a black woman addressing this issue.
The anti-blackness is staggering. It's actually nauseating.
I suggest we just swipe the screen so that way we don't see the comments. So that way we could just.
No,
it just looks like we have a conversation.
No, I don't think we should swipe the comments because I think people should be able to speak to it.
No.
But time out. So the reason why I just blocked that person is because they sat there and again tried to accuse me of silencing Native voices. I have literally cycled through Native people throughout this entire time, and I just wanted people to speak one at a time, and I wanted them to stay on topic. I did not want any of the people in the boxes fighting with people in the comments section about anti-blackness or racism that was being directed towards them. I'm not saying like, hey, don't defend yourself or your value your worth as a Native person or Indigenous person or however you identify. But what I am saying is I don't want these people fighting with these people. I have moderators kicking these racist people out. Please know that. I respect you. I respect how you identify, your ethnicity, your culture, all of those things. So again, if you're racist, you're gonna get kicked out. Period. If you are spamming comments back to back saying the same thing, you're gonna get blocked. That's just what it is. Period.
No, this okay. This is what I was trying to say. I'm saying that you could swipe the screen so you don't see the comments without the host turning off the comments. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Like the comments could stay on, but you don't have to see it. So you could swipe the screen so you don't have to see the comments without Nugs turning off the comments. That's what I was trying to say, Ray.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying, Michaela. I get it. No, nobody wants to do that because they just want to.
Yeah, so that way we don't keep addressing. I'm just saying, like, we can do that so it could just feel like one-on-one. That's what I was trying to
Can you
say.
please stop telling me what to do in my own live, please, and thank you. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Michaela, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. That's all I really want to come up to say. I'm
Got
just going to comments. I know people want to come in, so I'm gonna drop.
As always, thank you.
Hey,
babes.
Latoya, I just want to finish hearing what you had to say because your voice actually calmed me because my chest was hurting at this point. But go ahead, honey.
I can understand being upset because, like I said, the anti-blackness that I've seen just in, I don't know, the hour or so that I have been here has, like I said, been staggering. And it's actually, it's sad because I don't understand it, especially when there are these different groups of marginalized people, there's no need for it. Like, I don't, one-upping each other or trying to be, I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like the better of the minorities or the better of the marginalized groups. It's just, it doesn't make sense. And no one is going to get anywhere, especially when you're in a place where white supremacy reigns, if you're just fighting against each other all the time and picking at things to make yourself better than the next group. Do you get what I mean? And I just think that Lance has had a really tough go of it. For his entire duration on TikTok, from what I've seen anyways, with white supremacy and people just wanting him to fail so bad or wanting him to be wrong about any of the information that he gave or any of the stuff that he tried to educate people on. And then they pick something like this and it's just like the reach is incredible because I don't think that, personally speaking, I can't speak obviously for Indigenous voices, that there was any, I don't think he was, I didn't see him as attacking any specific group or even attacking anyone in general. He said something that was blanket that could apply to various groups of people.
I agree. And may I add something? There was a woman on this live, Auntie, who kept on, and this is it's the trauma, it's the Trump psychosis where you say something over and over and over and over until it becomes true, even if it has no validity whatsoever. And what she kept on saying was that Miss Jones said something about telling someone to rip up their card. That never happened. No matter how many times Nugget said that never happened. We have the proof. Actually, we have the proof from my live earlier today. She would not accept that.
Yeah,
it's like people are just, I'm a factual thinker and I am passionate when I speak, and that's just the way it is. If you know me, you know my live, you follow me, you know that I'm a passionate speaker. If you don't know me, oh well. People are lying, boldface.
But that's become the norm because of where we are in this country, in this Trump era. Like, people just think that they could just say anything out of their mouths and it does not have to have any ounce of truth whatsoever. And if they say it enough, they feel like it's going to become reality. And it's really getting out of hand. It's actually terrifying, to be honest.
Right. It is very terrifying. And that's why I was being what people were saying, I was using semantics. I wanted her to clarify her statement, which I've done to everyone. It wasn't anything to attack that specific person. But when people say things, it needs to have validity. It needs to be truth. It needs to be truthful. Excuse me. And that has been a problem on this live and in my life.
Two things. Number one, Miss Jones never said it. Number two, Lance never told a mixed person that they were white. That is not what he was saying.
I don't understand why they keep going on about this. It's just like, it's very clear to see in the comments what he said and what he didn't say. Like, they're all there.
What are y'all talking about? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Latoya, go ahead.
It's okay. It's just like, I don't understand like what they get out of creating a narrative from something that did not happen. Like, what does that do for people? Do you sleep better at night? I don't understand.
People are still saying this. People are literally, after the proof was put inside, this is what frustrates me, Latoya, because I'm going to speak to you, because apparently my voice irritates the people in the comment section who can freely leave anytime they please. But
it's because you're being assertive.
This
for them, that is the angry black woman trope, right?
This is not a native space. This is not a native conversation. Is it happened to be a Native Indigenous man who posted that video on his page? Yes, but the video itself was not aimed at any specific group, ethnicity, or any of those things. It was a blanket statement, period. Yes, I am your daddy. But with that being said, there have been multiple Indigenous people who have been in this chat. Stop asking people for their fucking paperwork. This is not about Indigenous. You made it about yourself. If you are Indigenous, saying that this is an Indigenous conversation, you made it about yourself.
Thank you, people.
People
Some
censoring
people do
themselves is
actually.
quite an illness.
It is an illness, and I've watched this. I want to give a shout out to Breezy,
Who's banned twice.
who's been banned twice because people have reported her for just speaking truth. I want to give a shout out for Nuggets because she has been talked to like a dog today by the same community that is asking for space.
How is this not an Indigenous conversation? I'll explain it to you. When someone looks into the camera,
Like a dog.
When someone looks into the camera and says, if you are white or white passing, you are white. Where did you hear the word Native, Indigenous, or any of the terms that are associated with that community? I'll wait.
Not to mention, it was a Black person in the video as well.
Yes, right. And so that's why I can to this topic because I'm a Black woman. I don't know why this has become an Indigenous issue. Right. I'm using quotes because it seems to have become an Indigenous issue because
thank you.
This Black woman doesn't matter.
That's because it's their way of being able to attack land.
1 second. Texas Gen Mom. You literally sat here and microaggressioned a Black woman in my chat. And I fucking sat here and watched you do it. And I made a comment addressing it in the first place. And then you did it again. You sat here and said they attacked. You sat here and told her that she was aggressive. You literally sat here and was racist to a Black woman. Stop it. Now you're muted for 5 minutes by my moderator. After that fuck shit comment you said. Stop with the anti-Blackness. I didn't mute her. You keep saying, well, you muted. Anyways, have fun with that. Again, this is not an Indigenous conversation. This is open to everyone except for white people. Because white people have no business in a white passing conversation.
Exactly.
And furthermore, the term white passing and white presenting was coined by the Black community. But we don't want to talk about that, do we?
Thank you. So this conversation directly involves us, impacts us in every way. And that's what I've been trying to say. But this has gone off topic so many times and I've been trying to bring it back, but it's very hard because there's so much emotions. I have gotten emotional and I'm emotional because my friend has been kicked out of this live several times and from different pages. She's been attacked by another person that we were supposed to address in this live. And we cannot do that now. We cannot even be effective because of this.
Modern Warrior did not tag Witchy Twitchy. Case in point was because of the person who said it. But anyways, he was not accusing Witchy Twitchy of being white. Anyways, next slide. Pool, how are you? I'm so sorry.
I'm good.
Okay, sorry, Pool. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, let me just say, Ray, I love your voice. I love how passionate you are. And I don't think you have to explain or justify your emotions behind the way you speak. Okay, let me just start off with that. And Nugs, thanks for allowing me to be in this space. I just wanted to say that clearly there are a lot of people triggered by that video, and I want people to sit in it and try to figure out why they were triggered by it, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Second of all, this affects all people of color.
Yes. Second of all,
preach, girl.
As a Black woman growing up in white America in Minnesota, one of the whitest states, growing up in a predominantly white institution, going to those schools, I understand what it looks like to be white passing, but I also understand that there are nuances within being Black in general. Being Black is not a monolith. So at the end of the day, let's look at the real definitions. I understand there are nuances, but let's look at the real definitions.
Before you get into the definitions, Pools, I want to address one thing. Jersey, I have asked you now 3 times to stop announcing yourself as you being in the box. You are literally next. You are literally next. I have asked you this. Why can't you respect my boundary when I have asked you several times to just be patient? You are next. Why can't you respect my boundary?
The other thing is the other thing I want to say before I go into the other part is that so I work in social media. I help brands with their social media, and the one thing that I have noticed over the last 6 years is that there are always going to be people that just want to be controversial. They don't even have any emotion behind it. They just don't have they don't know what to talk about, and so this gives them the drive for the day. So some of these comments are just people being trolls, and you at the end of the day you got to ignore them because they're not really going to affect you personally unless they're in the box.
Thank you, sweetheart.
They really don't matter. And I'm not saying these people don't matter. Like, I'm not trying to silence people's voices, but what I'm saying is if you're not in the box, I'm not going to address you because people are going to talk. That's just the way it is. But my point is like, if we're looking at the real definition of white passing or white presenting, we're talking about a person of color, right? So we all know it's a person of color. So that we can throw that whole argument of he's calling people white out the window because we understand that if you're white passing or white presenting, you are a person of color. Okay,
Go ahead, girl.
Now that we know you're a person of color, if you are white passing or white presenting, we're now discussing race and culture, which are two separate things. We've already established that in 2020, I thought, right? Where you can be a white person and be black, or you can be white and be Puerto Rican, or you can be white and be Chinese. Like you being white passing does not mean that it erases all of your culture. It means the way people see you is what? White. And that's all he said. So I don't understand the whole, like, the think pieces and the conversations around it and all of the, I mean, I was confused about the comment stuff, and now listening in for the last 2 hours, I hear about the mixed comment, and I've now heard that wasn't true. My thing is that I don't necessarily know anything about a Modern Warrior besides, all this stuff that happened over the last year. But at the end of the day, the statement of someone passing as white means that their skin is white. Like that's their features are white. And we know that. So this whole conversation around it is just a way to rile up other people. And when people are saying things like there was one, I can't remember his name, Apache something. He hopped in the box. And I think I pronounced it wrong, but he hopped in the box and he said he was Jewish. He grew up in the Jewish community, but he's now connecting with his native roots. And I'm very happy for it. And I also am happy to see so many people getting upset with being called white, to be honest with you. I've never experienced that. So I'm so happy to see that. But I think that we're talking about nuances. We have to address the nuance of growing up. Like I just said, I grew up around predominantly white people, so I had my own biases around people of color. Growing up in a predominantly white space still leaves you open to having other biases. So when he said black women, I see a lot of black women, that right there told me that maybe he's not mature enough in his process to have this conversation. He was triggered by something that made him want to call out black women. So that's all I have to say. I just feel like someone saying your skin color is white is not saying that now all of a sudden you're European. That's not what they're saying. And I think that we're all smart enough to get to that conclusion at this point.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul.
Just real quick before I get out of here, I want to just go back to what Breezy was saying, because Breezy, you're in here and I want to let you know that you were correct. He was correcting the statement that was addressing if you are white or if you identify as white passing or are identified as white presenting, then you are white. He was responding to that comment.
Can you mute?
And then the person said, or you're mixed. And he said, no, you are white. Because you can't be, if you are identifying as white passing or presenting, then you are white. And that's what he was saying. So you were correct, Breezy. And I will go because unless Jersey is going to try to address me on anything, then I will stay. Jersey, are you trying to address me? Because I believe you were saying something in the comments to me, right? Yeah. You're muted. You muted yourself, Jersey. You're muted.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
She told me to mute myself.
Yeah.
Oh, so Jersey, do you have something to say to me directly? Because I'm in here now.
No, I don't. No, I do
Okay.
not.
All
I
right.
was just in
Good.
general speaking.
Oh, you were. Oh, I thought you was talking specifically to me, so that's why I wanted to make
No,
sure I
I would
stayed
have
in the
said your
box.
name and addressed you correctly.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Nuggets, for holding space for Black voices as well, because this is alive for everybody.
Well, sort of.
She's like, sort of, just not white people.
Brune, you're next. But you're next, Brune. I promise. All right, go ahead, Jersey.
Okay, what I have to say is, my cousin, he's joined this app. He's 13 because he wants to dance for our community for healing, and he made a comment that he felt what was said wasn't correct on Modern Warriors page, and he said that's not true. That's effed, or are you kidding me? And somebody goes to him, do you consider yourself as white or indigenous? And he says, I consider myself mixed, because he is mixed, right? You know, he's both. Modern Warrior says, what does the world consider you as? And he goes, it depends on the person. And then somebody else says, when you first meet someone, do they see you as white without you having to tell them you're mixed? And somebody goes, laughing my ass off, you can lead a horse to water. This is going over so many people's heads. And he goes, I said, that's my cousin. He's 13. That's not cool. Like, there was a lot of attacks in the comments on him as a child who looked up to Modern Warrior, as he looks up to a lot of other large content creators on this app. And I think as content creators, we have to be mindful of what we do and how we treat others, because our younger generation is looking to us for guidance. They're looking to us, what we do, what we project out into the world. And if you're projecting negativity onto people, and then I do have the screenshots on here.
Okay, but
of the comment where he said he was going to cut the girlfriend said this person should cut their CDIB card up because he's going to learn he's white.
Miss Jones did not say that.
You want me to show you it?
I literally have the screenshot. Miss Jones did not say cut the card up. Somebody else did. A dual native
Antifa? Isn't that her?
A dual native father said he was going to cut his kid's card up, and she said, you know what, if that's what you want to do, basically, yeah, go ahead. He was basically sarcastic to her, and she said, okay, if that's what you want to do, by all means. Maybe you should.
Respectfully,
no, but the white part was brought into it. Let me just.
Why was a 13-year-old engaging with adults anyways?
There's that.
I mean,
he's allowed to make a comment.
I'm not saying that he's not allowed to make a comment. However, you're saying that, you know, people look up to them and rare. That's fine and all good, but they're not their parents, and I don't think the onus is on them to have to move in a way where they're palatable for a 13-year-old. It's just that's asking a lot, I think. No? Am I
Not really. He came on here to learn about his culture. Our family members protected us from going to residential schools. That's something that was a big issue. My entire family on my indigenous side went. Some of our family members would not enroll us. My grandfather didn't until I was until 94, to protect us and my mother from having to attend residential schools. His grandparents, which is my great uncle, moved, and since they were lighter skinned, said they were white, so their children didn't have to go to these schools. So the culture was stolen from us, and he's trying to regain it and find some semblance and some common ground and learn. And
so someone in your family is Native, is what you're saying, right?
I'm enrolled. I'm enrolled.
Okay, right. So that means that he can learn from someone in his family or in his community or res, or so there's no Native community in person.
Not that he has access to where he lives.
So he's going to go to a perfect stranger on the internet that is an adult.
Well, everybody was looking up to Lance, right? You know, he was promoting good messages.
Everybody,
right? And that crushed him. Do you think that's okay for a grown man to attack a child?
I don't. However, I don't think the child had any business being in an adult
I do have
space or conversation.
I have a very serious question, and I don't know how to phrase it, so I'm going to try to Is it a common practice to learn about your culture on TikTok?
No, but he wants to learn to grass dance and do that. And there's like, he loves Notorious Cree. He looks up to him. I've seen a lot of people that are reconnecting, joining on here and learning to jingle dress. They're learning to fancy shawl because they don't have that access.
Yeah,
I'm from New Jersey,
do
right?
any of that stuff.
I'm not near my res. I'm not near my res, and I live in Arizona. My reservation is in South Dakota. It's very hard. A lot of our people moved away to get it, understand, like for protecting us.
Okay.
But Lance doesn't do any dancing or anything of the kind. I just don't.
But he's speaking on Native issues, and that's important for anyone who's reconnecting to learn.
Right. Okay. So can I just step in as a parent? Can I step in as a parent really quick? I'm not going to pass any judgments on parents at all because I mean, publicly I won't because I don't like that. But I will make a suggestion as a parent. And my suggestion is when your child is navigating this online, just for safety, the stuff that I see, like just for safety, when your child is navigating this app, please always be with them when they're doing, I shouldn't say this app. If I don't even feel like they should be on this app.
They are.
When they are doing it, can you guys please vet the people that they're following? Because I don't understand. I would never think of Modern Warrior as being the type of content or content creator that my child should follow.